Hello. Hi. Hello. It's us. We're here. The sounds are not coming through. Things have been happening. But I think we're good now. Oh, that's too loud. That's entirely too loud. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I just need to change some filters. The good news is things are working again. And the cast can hear the music. Bad news is I had to make it louder. Hello. Hi. Welcome to Nephilim Tenebris. It's us. We're live. We're here. Thanks so much for hanging out. We've had some connectivity issues. We may continue to have some connectivity issues, but we're going to get through this and see what we can do. We're all in this together, as we say. Welcome. If you've not caught us before, this is live from the apocalypse. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts and things like that to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations, other important causes like that. And we are currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians and the very important and good work that they are doing. If you like what you see here, we just ask that instead of out of practice. If you like what you see here, instead of doing the normal Twitch things like subscribing or giving us bits, please don't do that. Please donate to medical aid for Palestinians instead, because we just play silly little games on the internet, and they will do very good and important things with your money. So if you can spare a little bit, there is no expectation. Please go ahead and donate it. And to that end, we have hidden the subscribe button. You will see it replaced by a donate button. You can click that. You can give some money to medical aid for Palestinians. We would super appreciate it, and so would they. Just be aware that we can't turn off subscriptions. It's not a thing that Twitch lets us do. Seek it at your own peril. But if you do find it and you choose to do that, especially if you have an Amazon Prime subscription included in your Amazon Prime subscription, it doesn't cost you anything extra, and you can do it here if you need to, if you want to. Just be aware the beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog for every month that you've subscribed to this channel. Don't do that. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but don't do that. Instead, give money to medical aid for Palestinians, please, and thank you. And besides that, that's most of the stuff and the things. I don't know what you're talking about is. I'm innocent. Never done a thing wrong.
40 so far.
That's the same number of ounces to freedom, in fact. And that was a sublime reference for all you sublime heads.
For all four of them.
Oh, here we go. We're good. This is good. This is good energy, I think. I think that's all the things that I have to talk about. Donate to medical aid for Palestinians and Alert will play, all that good stuff. There are emotes and GIF reactions and things like that you can spend channel points on. All that being said, I think we're good to go ahead and get into our cast and introductions and all of that stuff. And so, if you don't mind, this is a dubious prospect, but Alex, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off.
Sure. Hi, I'm the problem child. It's my fault we're late. But, hi, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Dr. Richard Courtney, Dickie to his friends, which is all of you. Also uses he, him pronouns. He is the Sawbones playbook. And if Dickie was a Power Ranger, he would be one side of the Billy Cranston Blue Ranger coin.
That was great. That was barely any weirdness. Eli.
Hey, my name is Eli. I go by any and all pronouns, and so does your favorite junk in the trunk, Padlock. We're running the Junker playbook. And if Padlock was a Power Ranger, they would definitely be Ziggy the Green Ranger from RPM. Because they're just silly lads. Yeah.
Absolutely they would be. And you would have thought that I would have fixed it. You'd be wrong. 1 sec. Where's the thing? There it is. There we go. We did it.
Hi,
Howdy, I'm Lev. I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Edith or Edie Jasper. They use any and all pronouns. Our smoker of the fam. And if Edie was a Power Ranger, they would be Andros from Power Rangers in Space. Just a weird little alien boy with weird hair.
Oh yeah. Doing this manually. There we go. Q.
No. Hi.
All right, Rose.
Worth it. Hi, I'm Q, everyone's favorite neighborhood cowboy maker. He, him if you're nasty. Today I'm going to be playing Mr. Captain Cassidy, Star Runner, or Omari Leda. We'll see if that change sticks. We'll see. Who knows? Anyway, he's the jockey playbook. Also, he, him. I think that's it.
Power Ranger.
Yeah, did you do your Power Ranger?
No, he's Tommy.
Yeah.
Feels
I
correct.
mean, yeah. Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on.
It's true. Everybody wants to be Tommy. Cassidy actually is Tommy.
Cassidy is. You know, that's just what it is.
Cassidy
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
Truly, he's him. He's him.
Yes.
Rose.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Rose. I use they, she pronouns. I will be playing JoJo Broxton, the greaser. And she uses she, they pronouns. And we decided as a group that JoJo would be the other side of the Billy Cranston coin. So if Dr. Courtney is the sad twink, then JoJo is the chain smoking engineering twink. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And hello, hi. My name is Will. I'm your storyteller for this game, and I play everybody else. So I think that I would be the sexual tension between Megatron and Starscream. Would be my answer.
Wise.
Hated here. Worst timeline.
If you don't take your fucking Zordon head ass the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I was waiting for an alpha call out. No one did it.
No one did it. That would have been.
aye.
I feel like that would have been a good JoJo option that I didn't think of in the moment.
Me and Rose don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I only know Tommy.
I truly only know the Pink Ranger. It's so
Sure.
I
Well,
don't.
Starscream and Megatron are Transformers.
Right,
First and
that's what I
foremost.
know.
Because he's doing
not,
this bit.
not
Yeah.
Will and his
See, look what you've done.
Spit.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done. Will, it's your fault.
I'm just saying. Listen, that was Toxic Yowie before Toxic Yowie existed.
I mean, you're not wrong, but should you say it?
Hands. This wild.
It's too late now. I can't take it back. It's on the internet forever.
In fact, you should say it louder.
No, I don't think that he should.
The highest mountaintops.
I think he's in
Right.
timeout is what is happening now.
I gotta run the game. I can't be in timeout.
We run the game now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So we win.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Thanks,
Everyone
everybody.
kisses, and we kill everyone.
Yeah. We
Uh,
escape with a pile of money.
Can't kiss the principal, he did.
Thank fuck.
yeah.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly.
He does. He looks dead for sure.
What?
He looks dead.
Hi.
Speaking of, I think we can go ahead and get on into our game. When we left off, it was in the moment where several of you were standing outside of the broken facade of the Elchin Foundation, the main building. On the front steps, these big sort of sweeping marble steps that lead up to this crown jewel of tranquility, this institute of learning. and an education.
Oh, don't like that I can now we can hear when the music
ship, I
shifts.
see. I see.
Yeah.
So fine. Love, I can't hear you yelling at me. You are muted.
Well, I'll do it again. Why?
You knew what the fuck they were saying.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to hear it.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah. So we sort of sweep back in and see three figures standing on the top of those steps. We see Captain Cassidy Star Runner. We see our very new cast member, Edith Jasper, our very new crew member, the Tenebris, and also the tall form of Becker Ryan, mercenary for hire, holding a large gun that she had assembled prior to shooting the headmaster. And you can hear the approaching sounds of peacekeeper vehicles. You can hear engines roaring as they approach you through the through the deserted streets of Cognitum, the city on Tranquility that you currently find yourselves on, the domed city. Above you, through the domed ceiling, you can see the stars and the planet Earth hanging over your heads. Becker has a large gun, as I mentioned. Edith and Cassidy, what are you holding in your hands?
Pistol. Because I don't have any. I don't have like my stuff, but I was able to break down my weapon. So
Your weapon. Sorry.
my weapon.
Moepa.
Yes.
Nice.
Too many
Welcome
Puerto
back,
Ricans
Chris.
on this cast.
So yes, you have that. Edith, what are you holding?
I have my axe that is still assembled, and I believe I picked up the gun that the headmaster was holding before he got his head blown off.
Yes, I believe you. I believe you are correct. Sorry, I'm just reading our chat. It does not have enough head left to be the headmaster. It's very good. Very cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, I guess that my question to you all is: are you just waiting for the authorities to show up, or are you planning to do something?
I mean, I have a thought that I would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I try and shoot their tires out? So they can't be in their special little vehicles and have to be on all fleshy with us?
Yeah, all right. That's yes, all fleshy. Yeah, absolutely. You can certainly try to do that. So I just want to check and see if there's anything else that we want to do before they actually get to you. But once they are in sight, you can absolutely shoot their tires out.
Okay. Is there something like I can interface with on this side? Like any security systems, or do I know of any place to like get materials?
I mean, there are absolutely security systems designed for the Foundation. I don't think you've ever seen them activated before, but you can try to activate them if you want to and see what happens. That's a great thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So there is certainly a terminal set in next to like the front doors, which have, to be fair, been blown open, but it looks like the terminal is still functional. It looks like the screen hasn't been cracked or anything like that, and you should still be able to access it.
Good. Okay. Then let's do some hacking about it.
All right. I love that. Yeah, cool. So I think in this case, it is going to be a hacking and cracking roll. And I think a great way that we could express someone helping you, we don't have to do that now because there is the chance that you'll just roll really well and you won't need it at all. But I do think a great way to represent that is for Padlock or JoJo to have passed on the information about how to backdoor into the Foundation's Magil.
Hell yeah. Magil? Matchel.
Sorry, not that. Ada. Sorry.
There you go. Sorry.
I run a lot of games.
I know you do.
I run a lot of
I know
games.
you do. Yeah. Okay, and it's with Brain, yeah?
It is with Brain.
Okay. Okay. If someone is willing to help me.
What'd you get?
I got 7, 8. So I would just need one of them to help me because they're both at 2.
Okay, cool.
I can help you because I was the last one to see you before I left, so I could be the one to pass info
Sweet.
along.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's the question: is with Padlock, do you have a choking chain or is it strained?
We're both taut.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then it is the helping crew member who's going to suffer the consequences. So Padlock. But you do get to add the lower of the 2 heats between you. It sounds like it's both +2.
Yep.
So that's all you really need. Padlock, you are going to have to take 1 harm or something important breaks and you will have to repair it. Or you can heat your chain or you can tighten your chain.
You can go up to 3.
We can
You
heat
go
the
up to
chain.
3.
Yeah, let's just heat the chain.
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Run it-
Padlock in this case is going to heat the chain to +3.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Okay,
And
so
that's going to get you to a 10.
Yep.
Got to
Hell
focus
yeah.
me a little bit, but I'll focus Padlock a little bit, but I'll give you the information.
Sure. Pat,
What?
hold on. What was the key again? I'm missing one digit.
Oh yeah, it's 5.
Thanks. Yeah. So
Got you. And then I'm gonna leave.
Incredible. Cool. So you still have to choose one. It's going to take you a while. You'll have to trigger an alarm or alert someone in order to get what you want, or you'll have to leave traces of your incursion behind that incriminate you.
hey, we're already in it.
Yeah.
Let them know.
We're already here, babes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
we're alerting someone or setting off alarms is my guess.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Or leave traces.
Or leave traces. That's up to you.
Yeah. Like we've already left a pretty big trace, I
just
think.
fucking grip
Yeah.
it,
Oh my
grip it,
God.
baby.
We've been opting that a little
Slop
bit.
that down,
Yeah.
dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very generous donation to Medical Aid for Palestinians. We super
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Incredible. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, cool. So yeah, I like the ambiance of like I think air raid sirens start to go off.
Sure.
And at the same time, I think of the front doors, you can control it and keep the doors from locking down because they need a way to get out. The crew needs a way to get out, obviously. But I think for the rest of this, the all of the windows and like the facade of the school, these like metal panels are going to start to like chunk, chunk, slide down.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, these like 2 pillars that are on either side of the front gate that is currently hanging open, the gate is going to slam itself shut with a like a shake and a big lock on. And out of either side of those 2 large pillars, these like panels are going to open, and these big sort of turret guns are going to like rise up and then like point themselves out straight
There
ahead.
we go.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. That rocks.
Okay. So, hey. Edith. It was Edie. Edith,
Yeah.
right?
Either one.
You a fan of the classics?
What kind of classics? Movies or books or music? Yeah.
Great. Okay. So, hey, Will, since I'm in there, and since we got a 10, and I'm leaving a trace of myself behind,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be "Don't Stop Me Now."
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I see the vision. I see the vision. Incredible. Yeah. All right. So "Don't Stop Me Now" starts to play out very slow at first from the start of the song. And as the piano part kind of like, ponders its way in, not in a hurry. I think that's around the time that you start to see these vehicles turning the corner, and you can see them like coming up the streets from like two different directions, clearly trying to sort of like pincer in on the foundation building as they approach. And it's clear at first, at least, that they don't seem to have any idea of what they're driving into, because they are fully just very brazenly approaching you as if they still have the upper hand, and they don't. They simply don't anymore. And as that final note sort of swells, and then there's just a quick moment of silence, and then the rest of the sort of little staccato, like, "Don't stop me now." And then as it starts to pick up, the turret guns start to like whir up and just start absolutely unloading on these cars. The first ones that are coming at you, these are peacekeeper vehicles, but they are not built for like full scale assaults or anything like that. So the first couple that approach you are immediately just sort of like flipped over. The drivers like jerk the wheel, and they go up on like two rows of their tires and then just sort of like flip over. But the turrets are clearly designed with some precision targeting, and you can kind of see on the display that you're standing in front of, Cassidy, the way that like the little like target locks appear on the various vehicles, and so they're just sort of like spreading out, just like unloading into these cars. And people, you seem to have fully halted, at least for the time being, at least for the moment, this full frontal assault. Edie, as you are standing there and you're watching all of that happen, I think you hear the like whir overhead of one of the hovercrafts that the peacekeepers occasionally use, and you look up and you see one kind of like it looks like the turrets are designed, at least in their base programming, to go after like whatever's coming at them on the ground. But you do see this thing coming at you above you. What would you like to do?
I would love to try and crash that bitch.
I would love for that to happen.
Hell yeah.
We'll see if the dice agree. Is that that's gut, right? Or no, spine?
With this, yeah, because you're getting in a fight. So you're just shooting it. So that'll be spine.
Excellent. 10.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So when you get in a fight and you roll a 10, you inflict harm on them. They do not inflict harm on you. And since you are the smoker,
I inflict an extra harm.
You inflict an extra harm on people and ships alike. This is a ship. So hell yeah. You what gun is it again? Remind me. What are you shooting at?
It's just the gun that the headmaster had.
Right.
It's probably still got like a little bit of blood on the butt of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it does. Yeah. So you know that you probably don't have the ability to break through this thing's armor plating. But you can like kind of get enough of an angle and sight along it. It's kind of like being back on Nephilim range, kind of like being back on Mars doing target practice. That there was so much wide open space, wide open area that you could just practice shooting.
Granny seems almost good.
Yeah, as much distance as you were looking for. And so yeah, you kind of like sight along it, and feels good to have a weapon back in your hands like this. And you see the pilot of the hovercraft in your sights. Pull the trigger.
Yeah. Is there a way that I can actually, this is insane, and I don't know if there's no way for this to be what happens, that's fine. Is there a way that I can aim for where I know they the like motor or the mechanism that keeps it afloat is, or is that part of like the armored kind of thing that you were talking about?
Excuse me. That's kind of part of the chassis. Yeah, that's kind of part of the armored
I'm gonna
chassis.
shoot that pilot and hope he crashes them.
Absolutely, yes. And true to form, you line up that shot and you take it, and it just sort of like spins, like you see it start to like lose control of itself, and it starts to rotate around, and you, I think, see a couple of like panicked figures. You see the panel open on the side of it, and a couple panicked figures leap out, and they're probably still a good like 30, 40 feet above the ground, but like they're risking it rather than crashing in this thing. And it spins around a couple times before the tail end of it just fully like hits the side of the foundation, which is fully like armored up and reinforced in this moment. But even so, it still manages to like cut through, and it just rips out fully just a section of wall as it like stops moving. Its momentum is arrested, and it just kind of crashes into the ground, further burrowing up all of these divots and trenches in the lawn. And as the figures that leapt out, some of them clearly like, hobbling on hurt legs, or just fully trying to crawl away, Beck takes like one step down off of it and just sort of like cocks into the chamber of the massive gun that she's holding, and just like sprays across the lawn, as Don't Stop Me Now as Freddie Mercury hits a crescendo. And you are still in a little bit of a cornered position. Like in theory, you're not going to be able to stop every peacekeeper on Mars, or on Tranquility rather. But for now, it seems like you've at least managed to buy yourself some time. There's still some the turrets are still sort of like giving these intermittent like bursts of fire as people out there are moving. And yeah, we see everybody who is standing out there. Is there anything you want to do in this moment with the time that you have got yourselves, Edith and Cassidy?
I think I turn to Amari and I say, I had a thought about a fatal funnel, perhaps. And I point at the busted open door, and then I point at the headmaster's body. So I was just kind of thinking, if we wanted to be off to the side and we just kind of put him in the middle, and then they all come running in because he's, fucking daddy on the planet. And then, we hide, and then we kill people as they come to get him. Fatal funnel. Is that a bad idea? I've never been in a fight.
It's not a bad idea. We need to make sure that we have a spot where we can get in, and make sure that our people can get out. Right. Yeah,
I have a room. I don't know how helpful that is, because we kind of locked all the windows down. But if we need somewhere to hide, potentially,
I'm in control. We want to. The funnel's not a bad idea. Vex, you still thinking about the blowing the bubble?
I don't know how else we're getting off this planet. I already called the Seville.
Okay, good. All right. How long we got?
Before it's in place?
Yeah.
Few minutes.
Okay.
But it's just going to stay there waiting for us as long as the authorities don't know. Well, they're going to notice, but it's going to take them a while to mobilize.
Okay. Then
I guess maybe 20 minutes, 15.
Got it. Okay.
Are you talking about blowing the bubble as in like taking away the atmosphere? Like the
just a little
atmosphere? Bit. I mean, there's kids here. There's kids.
It'll
here.
seal itself.
Oh, fuck yeah, then.
We're gonna blow a hole in the dome, go out into space, spacewalk to my ship, and then there are redundancies.
Oh, well, great then. That's fine then. Blow away.
I like this kill funnel idea, though. Kate, you looking for a job?
I mean, I probably need one now that I'm not allowed at this school anymore.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if I'm not allowed at this school anymore, but I did kill a person, and they probably know. I need to go back to Mars before I take any kind of job. But
That's fine. We're
Okay.
going back to Mars anyway.
Great.
So, dibs.
Shit, Cassidy, it's just as well. Most of my crews end up dying.
That's true. We do need to talk about that. But
What?
funnel first. And I think I'm going to look for us a way out of here.
Okay. What kind of way out of here?
Something big that'll just crash through shit. I'm sure they've got something here on the facility. Edie, you want to take this gun?
Yes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Don't let her die. I like this one. Okay, and I'm gonna leave those two, and I'm gonna try and look for a getaway vehicle.
Beck,
I imagine-
when you tell Beck to keep Edith safe, they roll their eyes at you and say, "I said my crews die, not my clients."
Yeah, sure, fair.
I don't think I count as either of those right now.
Yeah, you do. I already called dibs.
Oh. Okay, cool. Great. I've been dips.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Great. So yeah, I mean, you're looking around for ways that you can get out of here if you need to, and probably your best bet would be to grab one of those frontmost peacekeeper vehicles, because even with the tires shot out, you could still drive it enough of a distance to get to the edge of the dome if you needed to.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that will involve running out beyond the gates. But the turrets are set to recognize you. There's a mode that you can program in. They'll scan your face, and then they'll sort of track you and keep you safe as you go out there.
Got it. Then yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So you are going to run out and grab one of those vehicles and kind of pull it in, at least up to right up to the front gates. It sounds like. And I think that is going to involve acting fast. I think that's going to be a gut roll.
I got you, baby. That's 12.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you pull it off just fine. Perfect. So yeah, you rush out and you get to one of those frontmost vehicles that kind of tumbled ass over tea kettle and is now standing up, but with tires shot out, windows shot out. You have to pull a couple of dead peacekeepers out of the driver's seat and stuff, but you are absolutely able to just kind of gun the engine and pull a quick drift up to the front gates of the school. And while the turrets track you, it seems like it's more in a covering you and protecting you way.
You love to see it.
Perfect. Okay, and I think with that, we are gonna have to cut inside. And unfortunately, it looks like Alex has completely lost internet in the storm, unfortunately. But big sad. But with that, we are gonna cut back in and where Jojo and Padlock and Dickie, who I think as you pass one of the labs, kind of pauses for a second and sort of does a double take as you start to move forward. Padlock, you and Jojo probably both notice this, that he is just sort of paused in the doorway and is staring into the room.
I imagine we Three Stooges style, pop our kids in, see what's bringing his attention.
I don't think you spot anything right away, but I think as you kind of question him or put your hand on his arm, he kind of waves you off. He's very focused on whatever he sees in this room, and he says, "I'll meet you on the way out."
Okay.
Whatever you say, Doc.
All right. Come on. Yeah.
we wheel through and
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have time
Nikki's
to
always
waste.
been
so-
weird, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Task oriented. We gotta lock the shit in. Let's go.
Yeah, I assume
Alright.
we have 20 minutes to like go, so we don't have much time. So
Yeah.
task oriented. We gotta find what we're looking for.
In whatever room we're supposed to be in, I'm gonna wheel us past it on accident and then wheel us back to where we need to be.
Yeah.
For sure.
Too much. All right.
Sorry.
All good.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So you keep moving down this hallway and you pass a few more of these strange labs and rooms. Most of them are sealed off and dark on the other side, especially the lights have cut off effectively, and now there's just sort of this soft blinking red light coming off of the corners of the ceiling that are kind of like guiding your way there. It's a little more, I think it's a little less intense than what it was before, because that's been happening for a little while, and now it's a little bit less hurried, a little bit more just like soft. However, as you keep going deeper into this sort of like lab cluster, you eventually find yourself at the designated room. You find that you are standing outside of the room that you were looking for, and beyond, it is just as dark as the labs, but you can see various like LEDs blinking even through the sort of like small diamond shape like window in the door.
What's that? Blink.
It is I think she just tries to go clean and hear anything, see if I imagine.
Yeah, is it like a security mechanism? Like, what is that?
It's hard to say. I think maybe we are gonna. I think maybe this might be getting a read.
Sure.
So it's gonna be a gut, but with a gut roll.
I can take it since looks like
got more gut than me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've have the more probiotic gut, I guess.
Yeah, I got stomach troubles. It's the pork buns.
Yeah, it happens.
It's always the pork buns.
It's always the pork buns. 8 + 1 is 9, though. So.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah, so you get to ask one question, and I will answer it truthfully. And if you act on that information, you take +1 forward. So the questions are: what's hidden, obscured, or unclear? How can I exploit a weakness, vulnerability, or danger? What's the largest uncounted threat, variable, or danger? Or what's the best way I could blank?
I think that I was gonna, what's hidden, obscured, or unclear? Especially,
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the answer is that you look through the window, and I think you peer through and you see, again, it's dark, but there's enough light that you can see. It looks like it's basically kind of just a server room.
Okay.
And the lights just seem to be the servers.
Okay, easy enough.
Cool.
Yeah, I think she'll take a moment to look, and with the server blinking, try and like look and see if there's anything and if it illuminates anyone, but then we'll move forward.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anybody beyond. You're fairly certain that room is empty, at least the way that it stands right now.
Watch my 6, will you, Patty?
Always.
And you pull the door open. It's kind of manual at this moment, and beyond, as you step in, the lights kind of come up in this room. They start to come up, and it's not that red alarm light. It's just sort of softer, regular. Blanking on the word, but it's just regular, like sort of soft white light, and as it comes up, as these banks of lights are sort of like chunk, 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 click on, you see that this room is larger than it looked in the darkness. You see that there is this server, this cluster of servers in the center of the room, but the room itself has this sort of like soft, angular curve to it. And it's almost like an oblong shape, and the walls of the room are just covered in this sort of like thin, uninterrupted layer of uninterrupted layer of paneling of some kind. And as you step in and the lights turn on and you see all of that and you take all of that in, you're kind of standing in this room. It's almost like a liminal space. And the server banks sort of whir up. And you hear a voice. It's a little bit distorted. It's a little bit electronic sounding. But it's kind of got this unmistakable, like, femme cadence to it. And as it speaks, the panels along the wall, you see these like little pixelated like rectangles kind of appear and like vanish in time with what's being said. And the voice says, "Hello."
Howdy.
Hey.
I don't know you.
My name's Jojo. This here's Padlock.
Hello, Jojo? Hello, Padlock.
She crosses her fingers and asks, "What's your name?"
Sometimes people call me Ellie.
All right. Do you like to be
hell
called?
yeah.
She sighs. You like to be called Ellie?
I do.
Hell yeah, Ellie.
Hell yeah.
I think we might be friends of somebody you know. Rose the player is forgetting the name because time.
Horace.
Horace.
Yeah,
Horace would be the name that they would recognize.
probably. Yeah.
Okay. I think it was a fella named Horace.
Horace, yeah, Horace. He has another name, but he also has like a really cool bandana. But like Horace was like the first name he gave us.
Horace is my brother's name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He asked us to come find you and bring you back home. Well, bring you with us to him. If you're okay with that.
The voice sounds a little trepidatious. It says, "I've never been anywhere else."
Oh, you got to get out sometimes. I was told touching grass on the regular is very important.
And I'll let you in on a little secret. Everyone's got to have a first time.
I can't touch anything. I don't have a body like my brother.
You can see it though, right? Have you seen grass before?
No,
Would you like to see grass?
I can see you. I can see what's in this room because of the cameras, but that's it.
But what if I showed you grass?
Jojo just takes out a cigarette and starts smoking.
I don't think I could. I don't think you could take the cameras.
Hold on a second. I start looking at the cameras. Can I take the cameras with us?
You could, but like, you know that to get Ellie out of here, she's going to have to be in a dormant state, basically. Like you're gonna have to put all of the data that is her, that composes her, into a storage device. and then reconnect that later, basically.
New thought. We touch grass later.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably a good idea. But what if I promise to take you to go see grass right now, and you don't have to just stay in whatever this is? Doesn't sound conclusive to a growing environment for a young, thriving mind.
Neither conclusive or conducive.
The voice giggles a little bit and says, "That's not a word."
Are you sure? I feel like it is a word. I don't know. Sometimes I get the wires crossed. It's okay.
Sometimes
It's
you gotta learn
not.
to. Sometimes you gotta learn to speak padlock. But
I speak every language. It's not a word.
well, there you go. You want to learn a new language? You can come with us.
This room is me. I've never been anywhere else but where there's grass. Is that where my brother is?
Well, it's not really grassy where he is, but grass could be a lot of things. Grass is
That's confusing.
They say the grass is greener on the other side, so theoretically, yeah.
Stop that, Mars is red. Stop that.
Yeah, sometimes the grass is red, but we don't.
We're getting really deep into the metaphors here.
We could get lost in the sauce.
Does tend to happen with us. I get that it's scary, and I understand that this is all you've ever known, but it doesn't have to be. And I would hate for you to regret the chance to get out and see what more there is to the world than these four walls.
Well, I am a little scared. Because I'm going to have to go to sleep. What if I don't wake up?
You know, that's something that I think every time we close our eyes, we got to worry about. I can promise you, me, Padlock, our team are going to do our best to make sure that when you wake up, you see your brother again. Or at the very least, our ship, and you'll know that we're okay. And I hope that it's just a blink. Over in a second.
It's just a blink.
A small one.
You ever hear of Pinky Promise?
No.
All right. She holds up a pinky. She goes, means you super swear that you're going to come through on this promise. It's something we do around here. And, all right, seeing as you don't got a pinky.
The little pixelated blocks that have been displayed on the wall whenever she's talked kind of like arrange themselves into like a little hand with like a
pinky.
Out.
Yeah, she fully comes in, and we'll have Padlock come in as well, so we can just have
pinky promise.
Yeah, triple pinky promise. So this is extra special. This is a triple pinky promise.
That means that's 2 pinkies for the price of 1 pinky, and that makes it 3 pinkies total.
We're gonna wake you back up. Just blink.
Okay. Just a blink.
Just really.
Sweet dreams, Ellie.
Thank you.
She will input the codes and quickly do whatever it takes to put her to sleep and eject, and then call Cap, tell her that we got her.
Yeah, I think as she says thank you, you really don't even have to do much else. There is just kind of like you hear like a hiss and then a click, and like one of the drives like from the main server tower just sort of like slides out slightly.
Jojo works with her hands and is used to fixing things. She is used to having to rush a job and pull together stuff with scotch tape, cigarettes. She's tough and she's a grease stain, and she's not used to handling things delicately. And she looks at this thing as it pops out, and she goes to grab it, and she catches herself, and she just thinks, I can't break it. And then after that, Padlock can fix anything. And then just looks up to them, says, you got her, right?
Of course. I realize I see that for Jojo. I'm just gonna grab Jojo's hand very gently and just like scoosh it away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig through my bags for some type of like actual gentle glove, the rare time that you need to be. And Padlock's is gonna just like pick it up and put it in some type of disc that we have, a container. Got her.
Perfect. Click. Captain, we got her. Meet up, or we just gonna blow?
You'll need to come to the front gate.
Aye,
All right.
aye. She gives a nod to Padlock and thanks, and just kind of wordlessly goes and is gunning it to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. You send that message to the captain, and then you step out through the door and into that hallway with the soft blinking red lights. Padlock, you follow after Jojo, and you have just a split second of warning as you see a large figure slam into Jojo. Kind of like running down
Not
the
again.
other hallway. Yep, again.
Jojo continues to be the punching bag, and
I
that is
know.
exactly what she's here for.
Holy shit! Wait.
You're not going to take any harm from that, Jojo, but you are caught off guard, and I think
Yeah.
that your chair kind of like slides across the floor and into the wall.
Just Akira slides into.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah.
Padlock, you see before you in the soft blinking red lights in the hall an identical or maybe the same person that you spoke to earlier, the man with like the kind of close haircut in the sweater, the Yelchin Foundation sweater.
Yeah. What are you doing?
He sort of straightens up and he cocks a head and looks at you. You're holding the drive, right?
Yeah.
He looks at you, you clearly track his eyes looking down at the drive and looking up at you.
Oh.
And he is going to make a move for you. He is going to kind of do the same thing, try to grab you.
Okay. No.
You can roll to act fast to get out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Am I fast? That's fine.
It is fun.
An 8.
An 8 is not a failure. You make it work. I'm going to impose one of the following. You suffer harm. Something you're using breaks and must be repaired. Or you face a tough choice, a hard bargain, or an ugly outcome. And let this go on the record that I am not pure evil. I think you're going to take some harm as you try to get away.
True.
I'm not going to break the child AI that you are holding
That we
in your
just
arms.
like back bonded with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I give it. Well, here's the question: does this person seem like he's an individual that's not going to back off?
Yes, he seems singularly focused.
Okay, because my problem is that I'm choking with JoJo, and if this guy switches at any point to JoJo, then things are going to get ugly again.
Yeah.
If the last option's still on the table where I can slide the AI card over to JoJo and tell JoJo to go and have JoJo leave me behind.
Oh, that's interesting.
I would rather hold this person behind until JoJo can get to safety, and then we'll figure out what happens after that.
I will accept that. I will accept you sliding the AI over to JoJo and telling JoJo to run. That doesn't mean JoJo has to, but
you have to.
Yeah.
I feel like Padlock rarely does a very like serious look, but they're holding the disc in their hands, and they're making calculations in their head in the way that Padlock thinks things through, and then they just kind of as gently as possible kick slide the thing over until it rolls up right underneath JoJo's wheel. I'll catch up. I promise.
Now, JoJo, this is a new situation. If you're trying to figure out what your best move is here, you could roll to get a read again, which is with gut. One of the options that you can pick is, how can I exploit a weakness, vulnerability, or opportunity? There are other questions that you can ask about the situation and try to figure out what your options are. Or you could run.
Yeah,
You got to get Dickie and Ellie out.
yeah.
Only you can do it.
I
got this.
I know you got this. I am going to get a read, just to see if I can get some options, because I have a very stupid idea, but I think that would be
combo move it.
The idea being if I hurt myself and then ran, but that would, I feel like, not work.
Yeah, I'd catch up to you.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is it's an 8. Or actually, yeah, 8 plus 1 is 9. For the read.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 9 is not bad. 9 is one question. 9 will buy you one question.
Yeah. I would love to know if there is a weakness, vulnerability, or opportunity that I could at least give Padlock before I go. Like, I'm going to go with their plan. They gave me the serious look. I'm going to do what they said. But if there's something I can do to help them, that would be rad. Or even alert to them, like, oh, there's something here. Like, yeah.
Okay. So you have seen, what I will say is, because the obvious thought here is that you've seen Padlock go into like instant kill mode a couple of times. And you're pretty sure you know what triggers it, right?
Yeah.
It only seems to happen when people that Padlock cares about get hurt.
Yeah.
You've seen it happen a couple different ways. There was a way where Padlock... You've seen it happen where Padlock hurt, like Padlock took out all of the threats, neutralized all of the threats, and also hurt the crew in the process.
Yeah.
You've also seen the version take place where Padlock just became stronger, faster, but still in control. However, at the end of that, they just sort of, in either one of these scenarios, they tend to just fall unconscious at the end of it.
Yeah.
And so that's not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
No.
Yeah, not what I want. So I
Okay.
think mostly I think we see Jojo going through the motions of thinking of there's anything to do to stick, and then eventually just like curses and then goes.
I will give you this as you are kind of evaluating what the situation is here. As you were getting that split second decision, and you scoop up Ellie's drive, and you look over, and you see the man like swing an arm across. Padlock kind of like ducks under it / throws himself backwards under it, and it makes contact with like the door jamb of Ellie's room, and the metal around it crumples inward like aluminum. And I think you see this man's form flicker slightly.
Oh, she shouts that out that they're fake. Yeah.
It's not real. Illusion.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, she just shouts out, "Look, if she's light, they can be light too, but either way, catch the fuck up."
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she rolls out and moves to catch up.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
You book it back, and I think as you get there a little ways back, you see Dickie like step wide, like out of the lab, holding a briefcase, a metal briefcase, and looks around wide-eyed and says like, "Where's Padlock?"
They're coming. Let's go.
Dickie's not going to argue with you. Yeah.
Yeah. She single-minded.
Absolutely. Padlock, what are you doing? As you're confronted with this hulking man in the doorway of the server room.
So he's not real. Is that what Jojo said?
That is what Jojo said.
He's not real. Then he's attached to something. I'm like looking, thinking. I'm trying to find. Man, I don't know. I have my shock. I have my shock gloves. I can definitely like try to like shock him if he's like mechanical.
Yeah, it's up to you. What do you want to try? You could try to read the situation, or you could try to get in a fight.
Let me read the situation first.
Okay,
let me try to be a little bit more.
So now you're going to roll with gut.
Gut. Whew, I don't have gut. Oh. I rolled a 10, but with a -1, 9.
Okay. One question. And like what's hidden, obscured, or unclear makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, what's hidden, obscure, or unclear? Yeah, I want to know
for sure
what I'm not seeing.
When Ellie's disk drive ejected, basically this room with the like pixels that were sort of displaying on the walls cut off. They went dark. So you still have all of that light, those soft white lights shining in. This is still a better lit room than the hallway. But you're looking around and you don't see any sort of like projectors or anything. You just sort of see the camera sensors that you had noted before when you were speaking to Ellie. You don't see anything that could be like creating this man, and he sort of advances into the room. But what I will say is that you have your shock gloves, and like he swings at you again, and this time you kind of like duck under it, but like you see an opening and you go to grab the arm, right? To like just to maybe deliver like a brief shock or something. You're more reacting on instinct than anything else. And he feels solid. You grab him, but the shock kind of like spreads over the body. It's just a slight discharge of electricity, and the his form, the image of the man in the sweater, flickers and dissipates. And you find yourself looking at something that has the same approximate shape and size, only a metallic body made out of pistons and wires, with just this sort of like blank faceplate where normally a person's face would be.
Oh,
that head sort of tilts to look at you. And we're going to take a break.
No. Cool.
Yeah,
Awful.
yeah.
Awful.
God damn.
It's gonna be fine.
So don't go away. We'll be back in 10 minutes, find out what is going to happen to Padlock and the rest of the crew. We're in a state.
We're in it.
We're in
We
a
are in a
state.
state.
See you real soon.
It is a lot of fun. What are you gonna say? Since you decided to bring us live, you motherfucker.
I gave a heads up that I was going to take us live, but I was muted. As I was going to take a fucking,
Wild.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to take us live, but feel free to keep talking about magic.
Didn't at all hear that, bud.
And yeah, we
heard
heard
it.
it.
Not
Absolutely.
at all heard.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Naya all day, red, green, white, baby. Hey, if you're out on the internet and you want to stream Magic, invite me. I'll play.
Yeah.
Do it.
The first commander deck I ever made was Jeskai. It was fucking Narset. And she's so mean.
She's
And
rude. She's incredibly
I straight up made her
rude.
because my ex-boyfriend and his friends didn't take me seriously at the magic table and would just like fuck her and be like, yeah, you're fine, whatever. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna make myself a problem. Fuck you. And then
Yeah.
they were mad.
It's like, oh, word?
Sure, yeah, ignore me. That's fine. I'm gonna take 4 extra turns. Good luck. Sit there.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Good luck, stupid little white boys.
Mhm.
Amen.
Amen.
Anyway, space.
Space.
The game
I just
for
found
the-
out that that Padlock and JoJo are together when we went off.
Space
and
is
my-
gay.
Space is gay as
Space
fuck.
is gay, and
Space
I have
is
big
gay as
emotions
fuck.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're cute as hell.
Yeah.
Cute in space.
Cute in
Cute
space.
and gay. Q and I mean Q is cute in space.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
This lighting setup is homophobic. I'm sweating under my armpits.
No, truly, it's
Yeah.
bad. And I just made another big cup of steaming hot tea for some
Steaming hot
reason.
tea? Yeah.
Choices.
Incredible.
Yeah. Can you iced tea it?
I could.
Okay. I'm
It's
just
like Irish breakfast, though, so I don't think it would make very good. Well, no, that's not true. I like an unsweetened iced tea more than I like a sweetened iced tea.
What's wrong with you?
what?
I'm not from the South.
What?
I mean, technically, no, that's not true. I'm from New
You're-
York, so.
Mm,
Wait.
damn. Judgment.
Judgment.
My brain is
Judgment
I knew as
intensifies.
soon as I said I like unsweetened iced tea, I was like, I'm never going to hear the end of this.
my brother in Christ. You're cooked.
Baby, I'm from the Ozarks. We like our tea sweet as fuck.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I know. This is the wettest
Honey,
thing
you
I've ever
gotta
said to Q,
swallow
and
my
I'm never going to live it
Truly.
down.
Truly. And you said it on air, my
I
boy.
did.
What?
With your full chest, too. Hot
Yeah.
Oh, I need somebody to clip that immediately.
Oh, God.
I need a ringtone.
jail for Will.
Oh, God. The F in the chat for
And
what?
I
you
better
don't
not be
like
hanging out with
grits?
all of you at PAX Unplugged, and then everybody's phones go off, and it's just me saying, I like unsweetened iced tea.
Oh, goodness, no. Unsweetened iced tea? That's wild.
If I have to drink it, I will.
It just
I won't
tastes
be
like
happy about
brown.
it.
Right, it just tastes like brown, and not
It's-
in the coffee way it tastes like brown.
Oh,
It
no.
do
What do we
like
do?
Brown in coffee is yucky. I don't like coffee.
I hate how I understood that.
Yeah.
But it tastes like brown?
Yeah, it tastes like
Yeah.
brown.
Yeah.
Because I know the difference between the brown taste of coffee and the brown taste of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different types.
Different
And I hate
brown.
that I hate that I
I enjoy
understand that.
both. I enjoy both of those browns,
Different
Oh, yeah.
opacities of brown.
for sure.
Anyways,
A neurotypical conversation we're
Very,
having.
very
Yeah,
much so.
it's
Yes,
good, it's
yeah.
good.
Normal. It's very normal and very neurotypical to describe flavors as colors.
hell yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm right.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, you're not
I'll
wrong at
never
all.
say that
Like,
you're wrong.
Absolutely never.
1,000,000% understand you.
I don't know, never. I feel like you've done that before.
Nah, I've
Any-
never done that before.
Okay, great.
Never.
All
Not
right,
once.
this is also on the internet, so I do need you to remember this, Will.
Oh God! All right, let's get back into this shit.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right,
I have to rescue myself from myself. Fuck.
So when we left off, Padlock was in a little bit of a tight spot.
Wee bit of a jam.
A wee bit of a jam. You had just laid electrified hands on a man, and only to have his holographic display disappear and reveal the robot body underneath.
Fun.
His faceless head sort of turned to look at you.
Yeah. Do I get a sense that like that electric shot didn't really do anything outside of get rid of this display screen, like on surface level?
Because
circuitry?
that was more, it really just short circuited the thing, but that's because you weren't really trying to hurt him in that scenario. You were trying to get a read on the situation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're inside the room that Ellie was in, is where we're at.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. He's kind of blocking your way out.
I want to know. I don't think I could throw hands with this guy just as me. But I want to see if I can be a sly guy and maybe get around him and try to seal him in this room and hope that it is enough to keep him there. And then try to catch up as I promised.
Okay. I like that. I definitely like that. I think that is going to be... I think that's going to have to be an act fast roll. So you're going to try to kind of like get past him. But because you have that sort of unfettered access to Ada, there is like a numerical designation to this room. We'll call it, it's like lab. We'll call it lab 15. We'll call it lab 15. And that's on like a placard by the wall. So you could like voice activate Ada and tell Ada to seal lab 15, but you have to be like outside of the room for that to be effective, obviously. And even then, he already kind of bent the door frame, so you're not confident that it will be able to hold this cyborg android man under the best of circumstances, but especially not with that like with the door already kind of being a little broken. But first things first, let's make that act fast roll, which is with gut. I'm sorry. Yes, nope, still with gut.
So good. Good. Ooh. 8.
8. Okay. All right. Cool. So similar to last time we made this roll, I get to decide which of the following happens. You suffer harm in the rush, something using breaks and must be repaired, or you face a tough choice, a hard bargain, or an ugly outcome. I will give you, I think this is the Oh, hello. Okay, cool. I think I'm just going to say that you are going to take a little harm in this case. And I think that his, as you go to, you're trying to like duck past him. What does this look like? Because you're going to succeed.
Yeah. I think it's like, it's a stupid moment between him and Padlock where they're like trying to like juke each other out. So they're like going a little to the left and then like try to see like the integrity of like how quick the dexterity is. I think then Padlock is gonna like reach into a pocket for a greasy like rag. And then they're gonna like chuck the rag at his face, and then kind of juke left and then right, and then try to go for the door.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Like magic, like close up magic.
No, for sure. the closest up magic. Absolutely, yeah. You have that rag and you go to throw it at his face. And your juke is effective. He does not like react quite fast enough to stop you from getting by him. But I think that there is a moment of realization where you realize that he probably actually doesn't. There's nothing on that faceplate. It's probably not where his like sensors are.
Probably not.
So you're not actually like
Shit.
obscuring anything. Don't bite me.
He's thinking about it. Though.
I see you thinking about it. Don't do it.
Contemplation.
Don't do it. Don't let the demons win.
Do it.
Incredible. So yeah, you go to duck past, and he kind of like swivels at the waist, and he like his one hand, he draws it back, and the fingers kind of like lock in place, and he goes to like just like piston it out at you with the fingers fully extended, and they are not like sharp, but they still like clip you in the shoulder. They still clip you in the shoulder, and they go like they rip through your jumpsuit and into your shoulder underneath. You're gonna take, I think, 2 harm.
2 harm? Oof.
2 harm. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
He's a robot.
I'm okay. It's fine. Is he? Am I grappled, or like am I held here, or can I go?
No. You still make it past him. Okay, good.
Ooh,
For a second,
right.
I was looking at JoJo's character sheet, and I was like, "Oh, 2 harm. You're unconscious."
No,
but Padlock is just
be...
bloodied, scorched, or shattered.
Yeah. For now.
So yeah. So you feel it like not only does it break skin, and you feel yourself like the sharp burst of pain as it starts to breathe, but the force of it is strong enough that you're not sure if he's like dislocated your shoulder or shattered your collarbone or both, but it hurts a lot.
Yeah. That's a problem
it
for
hurts
Dickie.
a lot.
That's a problem for Dickie later.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't want to experience that ever again. I would like to leave the room.
Yeah, the good news is that you're on the other side of him now, so you can call out if you want and tell Ada to seal Lab 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna spray, and as I'm doing that, I'm just calling out to Ada. It's like, Ada, please close Lab 15. I think I'm gonna like run so fast that I slam into the wall of the hallway. And just keep skedaddling.
Yeah, absolutely. The door,
Very Scooby-Doo.
The door rattles a little bit, but it does still like slam shut. Again, it doesn't seem like it's a perfect seal because that part of the door jamb is bent inwards, but you do see that like robotic face. Like you look back over your shoulder for a second and there's nothing on the other side, and then all of a sudden you see just like moving into frame that like blank robotic face looking at you from the other side of the door.
Is there like a control panel to the door that if I were to like shock it or rip cords out, it would like make the door even more difficult to open?
I don't think so, because right now it's kind of like pneumatically trying to seal itself.
Okay,
when you told Ada, because these are labs, so this is like a safety protocol.
Yeah.
Like,
cool.
yeah, it's like sealed. It's not just like door shut.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
at it, and then I'm just gonna run and hope for the best.
Yeah. You scrabble away, and let's cut back outside, because as you are standing there and hearing the distant sounds of more like peacekeeper sirens and things like that, and hovercraft approaching, you all, Cassidy and Edith and Beck, see and probably hear the approach from the inside of JoJo and Beck and Dickie.
Okay.
But not Padlock.
Where's Patty?
They're right behind me.
Do they
Give 'em
need
time.
help?
They'll be fine. They're right behind me. And there's a look of like it's belief, but it takes a second. It's just there were 2 things. They attacked. We got Ellie, and she holds up the thing. Padlock told me to go. So I went.
Okay, then get in the car.
Yeah. Just give them a second. They're gonna be here.
No, I believe you.
Like, Joe isn't looking back. Like, she
Sure.
will not let herself look behind her.
Okay.
Because she knows they're coming.
I want Dickie to put JoJo in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Edie.
Yeah.
Stay with them.
Yeah. I'll wait for Padlock. I'll make sure they get out.
Get in the car.
Are you sure? I'm a little more used when I'm not.
Get in the car.
Yes, sir. I'll climb in after Dickie and JoJo.
Once Edie gets in the car, Joe will introduce them to Ellie.
To the chain smokers.
I know Ellie. Ellie and I are friends.
Oh, good.
And
Are
Ellie
you sure
is
she's in there?
not-
Are you sure she's okay?
Yeah. Ellie's
She's-
not like conscious or aware of
Oh
her
no, I
surroundings
know.
right now or
This
anything
is
like that.
Joe
Yeah.
disassociating and trying to not think about Pad not being here.
For sure. Yeah. Beck is going to kind of like usher you all into the car. And like, as she does so with Dickie, she's going to give him a little kiss on the top of his head. And then shut the door behind you. Actually, no, she'll leave it open because in theory, Padlock is coming. But she is going to approach Cassidy. She's going to approach you for where you are standing. And kind of like take up a stance alongside you with the rifle kind of held loosely across her midsection in that way that she does.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to kind of say softly, "We should go."
We will.
We should go now. And you know that we should go now.
But we're not gonna. And you know that we're not.
I am confident that I can get you all out of here. We leave in the next 2 minutes. More than that, there are going to be too many peacekeepers on us to guarantee anything.
Okay, then give me 1.5. And Cassidy's gonna book it in the direction that they'd come from.
That back into the facility where JoJo. Okay, all right. And Beck is definitely going to just sort of like somewhat nonchalantly, but also somewhat bothered, call after you and say, "That's not what I meant."
Ignoring, fully ignoring.
Perfect. Yeah, you rush back into the building, and you kind of like it's almost labyrinthine when you get back into the lab cluster. But are you trying to go back into the hallways, or like just wait closer to the lab cluster?
I am like, as soon as I'm back inside, I'm calling for Padlock. Patty, where you at?
I'm down a hallway. I'm coming.
Hurry up. We need to go.
Yeah.
Are you being followed? Are you being chased right now?
I'm gonna look back. Is he still in the door? Or is he stay behind?
I think you hear these like big, just heavy, like doom, doom, doom blows, and you see like fist imprints starting to like bend the door outwards, but it's still holding for now.
Not yet, but I don't know how fast he moves.
Okay. How fast are you moving?
As fast as these legs can carry.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'm running as fast as I can.
All right. Incredible. Yeah, you turn a corner, and as you do so, you hear the thum, 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 like the rhythmic sound of blows. You hear the sound of twisted of like shrieking metal, and then the sound of like a heavy body with like pounding footsteps, just like booking it just full tilt down the hall from the direction that you came. Still can't see anything, but you keep moving forward. You keep rushing forward, and I think like you see at the end where like these sort of like lit sterile lab hallways give way into that sort of like bespoke wood antiquity like part of the rest of the foundation. You see Cassidy standing there looking like impatient and a little bit worried. Cassidy, from your perspective, you see Padlock round the corner, clearly bleeding, one arm just kind of like flapping uselessly at his side, and then simultaneously, from around the same corner, like a handful of steps behind. Actually, that's not true. Like a good maybe like 20 feet behind this just large robot body that is just like a locomotive, just like steamrolling after Padlock with purpose.
Run! Don't shoot it! It's not gonna work! Go!
Okay. All right. If I've got some time, since I'm waiting for them to come this way, I just want to real quick be like, "Hey, Ada, bad guy," to the robot.
You get the impression that there aren't like turret guns inside of the school.
Sure.
The door, like the lab section door, starts to like seal itself.
Okay, good.
As you turn and you run.
Okay, perfect.
However, like you get a little bit of time. It saves you a little bit of time. It slows its momentum down somewhat, but this thing has built up like so much momentum at this moment that it hits the door before it's fully like pneumatically sealed, and it just like crumples outward. And this thing, almost like it's like emerging from a hole or like the ground or something like that, just sort of like claws its way out, and then just like resumes its pace. But it did slow it down.
That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
And
then that should give us enough time for us to get out.
It should. It absolutely should.
And the turrets are out there, and that's really what's important.
It's true. They are facing the other direction, but the turrets are out there. Sure. I would like for you, Cassidy, to make an act fast roll. Roll with that.
Hell yeah, brother. Lucky number 13.
Perfect, and that is good enough. So you have to kind of like, I think, drag Padlock with you a little bit, maybe even pick her up.
Them up. Yeah.
But you rush forward and leave this thing behind. It's still chasing after you, but you are. It doesn't catch up with you. And the next thing you know, you like rush through that door and you are out on the front steps. And you barely. Oh yeah, what's up?
Oh no, sorry. I just raised my head for no reason.
Okay, cool. And I would say that in that moment you have like a split second warning where you hear Beck very calmly yell, "Duck."
Oh.
You go down and you hear and kind of maybe see out of the corner of your eye this mortar shell kind of looking thing fly over your heads and into catch this robot like right in the center of its chassis, knocking it off of its feet and back into the building, where a split second later you hear and see just like the all of the glass remaining in the door shatter outwards with the force of the explosion, and Beck kind of like just sort of it's onto her shoulder that same rifle that she was holding, but she's added another attachment to it, which it seems like fires mortar shells basically.
Is it possible for her to how's it possible for her to get hotter and hotter every single time we come back to her?
That's why you pay her the big bucks.
Dicky.
Are your lungs on fire?
Probably not as much as yours. He's already in the driver's seat.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I will say that as you approach, Beck is going to call out to you, like as you move towards the vehicle. I'm just going to say, "Am I driving or are you driving?"
I'm driving.
All right, then I'm shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a gun on this car or vehicle?
There is not one like built into it, but I think that there are like rifles that have been left behind when you pulled the bodies out of it.
Sick. I'm gonna take one of those and lean out the other window from Beck.
Hell yeah. And yeah, you get into the car right as the remaining like peacekeeper forces start to converge on your location. The turrets are still going, but as you start to drive away from the Foundation, they are like less and less effective because the cars are just like taking different routes, cutting down different side streets to try to cut you off and catch you. From an aerial view, we can kind of see how peacekeepers from all over Cognitum are sort of all converging on your position, both by street and by air. And you just take off driving, and Beck again just sort of directs you and like points you towards one, basically points you in the direction of where you need to head to hit the dome wall.
Amazing.
And I think in this instance, as we do one more car chase, we are going to need to make, I think, another act fast roll. And since you're driving, Cassidy, I think it's only fair.
Ooh, 6, only a 9.
Okay, you got the whole crew with you though, so if somebody wants to assist.
I have something called Knuckle Down.
Yeah.
Which is when someone near you needs to hold firm or act fast, you bellow at them to win and not fail. You count that as having rolled a 10 plus, but you tighten your chain afterwards.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
This is shameless.
You yell at our captain.
Hell yeah.
We gotta go. Please get us the fuck out of here.
I'm working on it. What does it look like?
I know you are, but Jesus.
Okay, sure.
Perfect. And Edith, you're going to tighten that chain from slack to taut, I believe.
Great. I don't know what any of this means yet.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get
You'll
there. Don't worry.
You'll find out.
You'll
Yeah.
find out.
Does that mean we both have it?
That's a good question. It says, but tighten your chain afterwards. Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe you can have different heats, but your chains are always the same.
That makes sense.
Obviously,
tightness.
respectfully, Captain, but I'm really new here and I'm kind of scared.
Okay.
I've never been in a fight before.
Well, hey, rule number 1, don't fucking yell at me while I'm driving.
Okay.
You're... Yep, okay.
And Beck, over her shoulder as she like leans out the window with this rocket launcher, says, Edith, why don't you shoot some stuff? That'll make you feel better.
Yes, please.
I like them. Just looking over to Pat.
Yeah. Great. You do that.
Padlock desperately
Good.
trying not to black out from pain.
Yeah.
Woo. We're moving really fast.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did great.
So there are like some of these peacekeeper vehicles that are getting close to you, but Edith, you can like kind of like lean out the window, which of shattered glass, and return some fire in their direction, at least like deter them from driving right up on your ass.
Yeah, Edie's got like a foot hooked under a seat and is leaned like dangerously far outside and just like turning the gun.
And Cassidy, you hit a point where the street starts to come to an end, and you whip the wheel around this bend. Find yourself on just this like stretch that is basically just like a straight shot. I think it's actually just like actual moon surface underneath. Underneath
Nice.
at this point, this is just like kind of an untouched corner as you get close to the walls of the domed city, and as you hit that stretch, the cars all of the peacekeeper vehicles, all of the hovercraft start to falter a little bit because you are just heading for what looks like a straight-on collision, and you can't hear what they're saying, but you can practically, in their actions, the hesitance, you can almost hear all of them communicating with each other and saying, they're not that stupid. Are they?
First mistake.
Never underestimate.
Famous last words.
Absolutely. And truly jokes on you. Perfect. As you hit that last stretch, sorry, my brain just like short-circuited. As you hit that last stretch and you start driving for it, Beck says to you, as she takes a hit, as she like kind of pulls most of her body out of the window with that rocket launcher up on her shoulder, pointed dead ahead. She says, whatever you do, don't stop driving. And then she pulls the trigger, that same like mortar shell launches out of her gun, and before it even hits, she's back in the vehicle and she slams her fist down on a button on the control panel as the vehicle, the peacekeeper vehicle that you are in, just fully seals itself. That just similar to the Foundation, just like metal sheet walls just slamming down over the windshield, over the side windows. And you can't see where you're going, but you know where you were pointed, and you keep flooring it, and trust that she actually managed to blow a hole in the dome of tranquility.
So, because we're crazy like this, and I'm trying to leave an impression, sort of from the speakers, loud as fuck, is Rocket Man.
Okay.
So when they're going through, I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Right.
Just out.
Love
And that
this
like
song.
last note of like, I think it's going to be a long time, just like lingers and echoes as you go through, and you feel your momentum kind of like stop immediately as you hit the vacuum of space, and you're just like sort of gently floating there, drifting for a moment, and then you hear Beck like holds up a finger, and then you hear like a chunk thunk, and then like a kind of a slight mechanical sound, as if something was closing, and like a hiss, like it was sealing itself. And Beck hits the button one more time. Actually, before she does that, she kind of like looks around in the vehicle and says, "Everyone okay?"
Are we floating?
With any luck, we're in the hold of my ship. If we're not, this is going to go poorly.
This is about to be a
maybe
bad
it's just
time.
maybe it's just me.
Bad pork buns.
Ooh, more fun.
What?
Are they okay?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Okay.
She just slumps in.
Yeah,
She's just slumped into them and collapsed.
I'll look up with like a stupid shitty grin on my face, and then lay back down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Beck is going to shrug and say, "Well, there's no point delaying the inevitable. Hope we don't die."
Wait. Are you
And
opening
then
the? Oh, okay.
hits the button.
Yeah.
And the metal like covering of the peacekeeper vehicle just like starts to retracts itself, and fresh air floods in as you find yourself in the cargo hold of the Seville, Beck's ship.
Is that Seville air?
Live to fight another day, lads.
Yeah.
I think Cassidy is going to look back at Patty. Hey,
Huh?
don't scare me like that again, okay?
All right. I promise. Pulling a star runner. Oof. It's hard being you.
Joe punches them in the shoulder.
Ah!
Careful.
Shoulder.
Careful, they've got.
Which
Blood
is a good
fingers.
one. It's fine. Dickie's got them.
They put blunt fingers in me. Please.
Ew.
Dickie is already kind of like hovering over Padlock, just sort of like, don't touch that, like just don't. And Beck, I think, is going to pick you up, Padlock, and is going to say,
Oh. Jojo, you gotta try this. I'll be so
Yeah,
amazing.
give me a full review later.
and Beck is going to carry you to the med bay with Dickie in tow, kind of just fussing over you as you are walking.
Okay. Edie.
Yeah.
Find some place to settle in for a little bit. This isn't our last stop.
Okay. Yeah. Can I help with anything? Do you need anything? Do either of you need anything? Kind of looking over at Jojo.
I'd love to tell Edie that we got off planet. Tell her that we're
That is
okay.
Edie.
Or Ellie. Sorry. So close.
She
Too
awake?
close. That makes sense.
I want to tell her that we're okay.
I mean, if you have a way to talk to her, maybe like reach her in her dreams or something.
I'll give it a think, but we're all tired and
Yeah, she probably sleep. It's been a long, I don't even know how many hours at this point.
yeah. Edie, I'm familiar with some of these bunks. I can give you a little bit of a tour. Captain, you okay? You all right?
No. But thanks for asking.
You want to talk about it?
No, but we've got stuff to talk about tomorrow.
She looks him over, and it's the same way she always kind of does, but just shakes her head. All right, Captain.
I think you'll notice he's holding himself a little differently. There's not that cool swagger, not as much of it.
Yeah.
He's tired. He's not hiding the pain. He's not in his face. His tone is sort of even and carefree, but you can see it. Not in his eyes, he's wearing glasses.
Yeah.
But we need to rest. We need to sleep.
Yeah. You too.
Obviously.
That includes you.
I said we. I said we. We are going to sleep.
Okay.
And
We
can talk,
are going to sleep.
we can talk about this in the morning.
I think during this really like familiar exchange, Edie's gotten a little uncomfortable, like with being kind of witness to it,
Yeah.
and really tries to like slink away as they're kind of like close in and like talking to each other, and just kind of wants to give them space and tries to disappear somewhere in the ship.
Hey, I was going to give you a tour. You don't have to run off yet. You can very
Y'all-
much see the sibling dynamic in play between these two.
Yeah.
It kind of goes for everyone on the
Where
ship.
you- where you going?
We're just talking.
No, I know y'all just seem tired, and I don't want to.
You can go round
was a-
fuss on the ship if you want, but this ain't ours. Don't want you to, get in trouble.
I stayed out of trouble for like 5 years. Y'all take your time. You don't need to show me around. I'll be fine. Good night.
Hey. What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm doing what you said. I'm gonna go find a place to sit.
I mean, someone offered to give you a little tour. You don't have to run off.
Okay. Well, you don't feel like you have to. I want. You look really hurt, and I want you to be able to heal, and your friends hurt, and.
I'm about to go to bed. But JoJo here could probably use the company while she waits for Padlock to be out of, medical care.
Sure. Whatever you need. I'll whatever you need.
That would be helpful.
Here, let's go ahead and get this primer started. Hey, you're not a burden. You're not in anyone's way.
I didn't think that.
First thing you asked was there something you could do for us?
Well, you're hurt, and I mean, y'all got me out of that school, so I feel like I at least want to, pull my weight and be a help.
You already did. You helped get us out of there too.
Mm-hmm.
Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Breathe.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, Captain.
JoJo.
Captain.
I'll talk to you in the morning.
Yeah, good night now, Captain.
You too. And he's gonna...
Come on, Eddie. You.
Yeah.
She'll wheel through and then, show mess hall, barracks, everything. But is kind of, as Captain alluded to, is killing time and looking for company and someone to help occupy brain space while she waits.
Do you, is this your ship? No, this isn't your ship. This is, Becker's, right?
Yeah, this is Beck's ship, and ours is... has a little bit more character. Yeah, how do I describe home? Ours got a little bit more character, but it's ours.
Where is it?
It should be where we parked it, which was right inside an asteroid that was orbiting moon. So
Cool.
we should get there soon, get a night's rest, and then all goes according to plan. Beck should be dropping us off in our ship, assuming she's still there.
Is Beck's gonna try to kill y'all as soon as she drops you off? Because she said she's only family while she's being paid.
Yeah, that's Bex. She's a professional in the best and the worst sense of the word. She's pretty sweet on Dickie, so I think we can at least be on her good side of professional mostly. But she is a killer, and we have traded off fair share shots with her in the past. Keep your head on a swivel. Only way you can stay alive out here.
Yeah.
It probably strikes you as strange, Edith, as you're going through the ship that like you're seeing the barracks, you're seeing the bunks and all that stuff, but it's all empty and it's all like kind of immaculate. And then you remember what Beck said about crew members tending to die.
You think she's lonely?
I think lonely, like a lot of things, is a matter of perspective. I think some days she is. I think some days she's less lonely, especially with Dickie.
I guess that's fair.
But it's not how I would want to live. It's a living for some, and it's a lot shorter for a lot of them.
Maybe I don't want to be on her crew then.
No. But You want to be on ours?
I mean, I should talk to my aunt and give her all the information and see where I'm supposed to go next.
You think about it, and who knows? But all of us know what it's like being in that school and how it can kind of fuck with your head. So if you felt like being out, hell, call it an internship. Not like we could pay much, but we've managed this far. Think about it.
They really tried to erase you guys, and it felt weird. And I mean, that doesn't matter. I was sent there to do a job, so I did my job, and now I'll do whatever she tells me to do next.
She cocks her head to the side. I don't think you quite get it yet. What do you want to do?
Whatever'll help the most people. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Well, that is a noble school of philosophy. It's also one that she just kind of squints and takes another long drag. Think about it. Think about what you want to do. This is what you want to do? Great. Good luck.
We're pumping oxygen in here. Are you supposed to be smoking?
She shrugs as she continues to smoke. Hasn't killed me yet, but, you know, I don't think you could take these fuckers away from folks in Taka.
All right. Thanks for showing me around. Do you want me to walk you to the infirmary or something? So
Yeah. Give me a roll. She lets herself be rolled to the infirmary.
Hell yeah. From the infirmary, you can kind of see where Padlock is being cared for, and probably a Padlock, yeah. Oh no, yeah. Whatever you want to do. I mean, Padlock, I think you were probably gonna have to like I think you were given painkillers.
Yeah.
You're given painkillers by Dickie, and I think you kind of like see as you look around as he tells you to count backwards, you know, and as you do that, as you start getting close to the end, you look over and you see JoJo kind of like in the doorway.
I can't feel the fingers in me anymore.
All of Twitch's terms of service just shot through my head. Joe just comes through as it starts to fade and goes, "It's all good. It's just a blink. I'll be right here." And then grabs their hand, their good one.
Yeah.
Just a blink.
Just a blink. And then I pass out. Like with a thud. A notable thud.
JoJo, are you gonna try to talk to Ellie?
Is there a way to? Is there a like?
So I think you're fairly confident that Beck would not want you uploading an AI into her ship systems, but you're pretty confident that you could rig up something very basic, probably just text based. Maybe get enough power for like a few, maybe like a minute of text-based communication back and forth with you and Ellie, but it would be
I would love
about
that.
The best you could do.
I think while Padlock is passed out, they would either somewhere close or whatever the closest room is, if they're going to be passed out for a while, we'll just pile together as much junk as possible and try to do a little text-based thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can do that pretty easily. You kind of, are in your element, surrounded by this just random assortment of junk.
Yeah.
And you start like assembling it in these different random ways.
Yeah. I picture it almost like a Tamagotchi-esque thing, but with a keyboard.
Yeah.
And typing it waiting for load, and then as soon as there's the dots turn into like something, the first thing she types is good morning, Ellie.
Yeah, you've got this little like blinking like DOS text, thing. And you send good morning, Ellie, and you get back, are we on grass?
Closer. Just wanted to let you know we're safe.
And then you get back, I was dreaming about it.
You'll have to tell me all about it.
And then you get thank you, which blinks a couple times. And then it's followed up with, for letting me be real.
There's a longer pause. I think she just says, welcome to the world, kiddo.
The power fails at that point. The batteries that you managed to scrounge together fully drained. And the screen cuts out. She goes back to sleep. A little bit of time passes. Padlock, you spend it healing probably no more than like a day and a half, I would say. But most of that is probably spent, all of you, getting some much needed and much deserved rest. Cassidy, I think whatever you are doing at that point, you are kind of interrupted as the door slides open to the bunk that you've been sleeping in, spending time in, and Beck is standing on the other side. Says, we're getting close to the scrap fields where you left your ship.
What? You ready for the fallout?
What fallout?
There's gonna be fallout.
For you?
Oh, because it's the last you're gonna be entangled with us?
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm a professional. I'm a mercenary. They're going to run my face and they're going to find that out, and they're not coming after me. I was just there because I was getting paid. You're the real threat. They're coming after you.
Me includes your boyfriend.
And I tried to convince him to leave, and he wouldn't listen to me.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely
Wow.
day!
Wow.
Also, welcome, Raiders. Thanks for coming on in.
Welcome, Raiders.
I hope you had a good stream.
Disgusting. Trying to pilfer my dog.
A doctor I can get anywhere. Cassidy, you need to understand. That's my man. And if anything happens to him...
Don't you threaten me. Don't you dare fucking threaten me, Bex. I swear to fucking God.
Shot you before, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We've shot each other.
Sure.
We'll do it again. He's one of mine, too.
You're not the type to shoot first.
That's true.
I feel a little better.
Oh, yeah?
I feel a little better sending him back out there knowing that you have someone on your crew who actually knows how to hold a gun.
Okay. So let's stop right there. Know how to hold a gun. What the fuck was that face?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, all right. Okay. Nope, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this with you. I'm glad that they're here too.
So, you gonna go play hero?
No. Not playing.
I mean, if you're about to tell me you're gonna go be a hero, I'm gonna throw up.
I'm going to go do right by the galaxy, I guess. In what way I can. I don't want to be a hero. I just want to try and make things better. You keep this to yourself. I'm doing it as me. Not as Cassidy.
Feels good on you.
All right.
It's nice to see you finally being honest with yourself.
I needed to have some time.
Hope you make a better hero than you did criminal.
Okay, not... Okay.
That's a compliment. You were bad at being a criminal.
I was, because we weren't really... Okay, I wasn't really trying to be a criminal. That was... You know.
I feel like we wouldn't have shot at each other as much as we did if we weren't in direct competition.
Listen, I was just trying to make ends meet in ways that weren't always above board.
Right.
Anyway, not the point. I need to go tell my crew not to call me Cassidy anymore.
Sure.
Do I do that? How do I do that? Do I just go like, hey, don't do that and don't call me that anymore?
When I'm on a job, I don't let myself relax for 1 second. I don't let the mask slip until I'm home, back on my ship. So maybe do it when you're home.
Fair. Yeah, all right. Thanks.
All right. That's what you're paying me for.
Yeah. We are paying you, aren't we?
You sure fucking are.
Good job.
You don't need to do that.
No,
I
but
already
it's,
know.
but it's funnier that way. Okay. Did you need anything else? Because I would like to sleep some more.
No. I just thought you might want to see her as we come in.
Oh, yes. Yes. She better be there. Well, I swear to God. William.
Edith, as the Seville is making its way through the system, you as it heads away from tranquility and farther out into the system, away from the Earth Coalition, away from tranquility, away from the Sakamaka Haras, you can kind of see far, far off, just sort of glittering amidst all of the other stars and celestial bodies, where you know Mars to be.
Edie kind of sits at the window. They've changed out of the like school outfit and just shoved those clothes as far down in their pack as they can get them. And pull out the little broken pieces of their comm unit that was used to like the encrypted way to talk back to home, and just start writing down in their journal everything that's happened since then. Not in code this time because there's no real point since they're not at school anymore, but just kind of recording everything that happened, highlighting that the headmaster has been supposedly dealt with, as Will likes to say.
That's not what I said. I said
sorry.
he looked dead.
Appearing to be dead. Yeah, and I think Edie just spends a lot of time looking at the little red dot that is Mars, and kind of playing over in their head what Jojo said about like, what do you want? And I think that's the first time they've been really asked that, and have a little bit of a kind of existential crisis about it.
As you were thinking about that and kind of like turning that phrase over and over in your mind, you've like been writing these notes to yourself, and then that kind of just like crept unbidden into your head like an intrusive thought, and just kind of stopped you cold where you were writing. Your pen kind of paused. You're staring out the window. The Seville starts to sort of like softly bank, and you see like debris starting to appear off out of the port window that you're looking out of the viewport. And as it comes to rest, the sun streaming out from beyond the earth, kind of you see the light hit perfectly on this object, this ship nestled amidst all of the other debris and trash. This just weird, strange looking amalgam of a ship that kind of looks like it's been pieced together, spot welded in these different places, shape unlike anything you've ever seen before. Front end of the ship kind of extending out almost like a squat sword blade.
Hmm.
Engines clustered in the back.
I think you hear footsteps of like somebody running and it's Padlock. And I like run past you. It's like, move aside, newbie.
Sorry.
And I'm like running towards whatever airlock we can get to go out to our ship.
Yeah.
Don't hurt anybody, guy. You're gonna break the stitches. You hear squeaky wheels coming. I know.
As the other two crew members rush past Cassidy, Omari, you find yourself entering into that same room with the viewport. You just kind of see Edith standing there, looking out as the sun glitters over the hull of the Tenebris.
I think Omari, looking out, seeing the ship, has a moment where it feels like everything's gonna crack. The relief of seeing the ship, the realization that everyone, mostly everyone, made it. The ups and downs of this trip. But like Beck said, don't let the mask slip. So he just puts on that smile, that Cassidy smile, relaxes. We're almost home.
It's a good looking home.
Welcome to the Tenebris.
That is where we're going to end this episode.
Let's go.
Nephilim Tenebris.
Let's go, boys.
Hell
Except
yeah.
Beautiful.
Except
there's one last scene.
Fuck you,
Wilford.
God.
There's one last thing we see.
Helium hours. Helium hours, I swear to God.
Who is it?
In the somewhat ruinous remains of the Elgin Foundation.
You bitch.
I knew it.
This motherfucker. No.
There's a door with a nameplate to one side that reads Lab 16. And beyond, we see lights, soft white lights, come on. As with a whir, the server banks clustered in the center start to light up, come to life. The panels on the smooth oblong walls turn on, displaying a cluster of rectangular pixels kind of running around that modulate and change as a voice. This one, very different from Ellie, speaks and says, "Are you ready to comply?" And that is where we're going to end this episode of Nephilim Tenebris.
What is wrong with you?
Wait, this timeline.
Why you do this? Why you do this?
Why that?
You just
I don't
upload
see any of
that.
this. No clue for us.
You just
Please.
uploaded that motherfucker into. Are you so for real?
I'm just casually gonna drink my coke.
Yes. The headmaster appears dead.
Like we knew it was coming, but also, what the fuck?
Thank you. Exactly. Oh, trifling Ed.
No peace.
Now he's the headless master.
Mm.
Doulahan fucking.
Oh boy, we've had some fun here tonight.
Hell yeah.
Wow. On that note, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for Cataclysm for raiding and everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
And it was great seeing everybody. It's great being back. We missed Alex dearly, but we seeded some mysteries for our dear friend Dickie, and we'll find out more about those next time we play. I am most certain. And yeah, we'll go around and we'll do introductions. Everybody can tell you who they are and what they got going on and where you can find them and all that good stuff. Starting, in this case, with Eli, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Hi, my name is Eli. I was playing Padlock, your resident junker here on the Tenebris. But when I'm not here being a little silly guy, I am the resident ghost over at Media Roleplay. We're an AP content creation team making serious fun. I think that's what it's called, for your viewing pleasure. If you want to hang out with us this Saturday at 11 a.m., we are wrapping up with our season finale of our Vampire the Masquerade campaign, Vegas by Night. We got a lot of, I don't know, stuff to finish off. We're off in the Red Rocks squaring up with the gangrels, but we'll see. But yeah, brother.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Hell yeah, brother.
But yeah, other than that, you can find me at a Ghost of Eli on social media. You can find out what I'm kind of doing there, like my pro GMing and things like that. But yeah, other than that, that's all.
All right. And I think I did it. Lev, yes, I did it.
Oh, nice. Hey, I've been Lev. I'll continue to be Lev, probably. I played Edie. That was my character's name. I love Edie deeply, and I lost their name. I'm also a part of Mayday Roleplay, but I'm our little druid. You can, like Eli said, hang out with us on Saturday as we figure out the fuck we're doing. You can also listen to our newest episode of Doomed to Repeat, the final season, our Delta Green actual play that Eli makes sound so fucking cool. We're in Innsmouth right now. Well, we're not in Innsmouth yet, but we're going to Innsmouth, so good luck to all these 1920s fuckers. I'm also a voice actor, so if you want to hear me say more words that someone else wrote down for me, you can listen to, I'm gonna pick a random one. There's one called The Horror at Martin's Beach. It's based around a Cthulhu mythos thing. It's a little bit fucked up, so watch yourself, but if you want to hear me say words, that's where you can do it. I'm happy to be here.
Extremely convincing. It's like I always say, you gotta go Innsmouth before you can go Outsmouth. Cute.
God damn it. Fuck.
Hi, I'm Q. I played Captain Omari Leda. Him again, just for your reminder. When you don't see me here, you can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight, no more underscore INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I'm still making cowboys. God. Games are a little thin in the air right now. Personal reasons. We wish them all the best and all of the luck. We're going to get back to class reunion eventually.
We will.
And I've got other things sort of all, coming down the pipeline. They're just not there yet. They're sort of stuck up at the top. We're trying to clear that right now as we speak. Yeah, that's it for right now, buddy.
Hell yeah. And Rose.
Howdy, y'all. I am Rose, and I was JoJo. You can catch me where I want you at Rose from the Grave. And besides that, don't come looking for me. I don't want to see you. Besides that, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and hello, hi, my name is Will. I've been your storyteller that you love to yell at this evening. What do I have going on? This Thursday, I think I'll be back on Entropy Emporium running God Complex, a Girl by Moonlight game about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits, fighting space kaiju. I think we're having it, which it's been a while. I'm excited. Very excited. There's some new stuff coming down the pipe across the board. Some new LFTA stuff as well, because some other new LFTA stuff has gotten delayed. So you can keep an ear out for that. Things are hard, man. Things keep happening, and life do be lifing. Life do be lifing. It's rough. Other than that, that's really all I got going on. You can find me. I'm on Blue Sky. That's it at a Will M Scream. And that's gonna do it for me. There are social links in the chat. If you're not already following Live from the Apocalypse and you want to know what we're up to, you can do that. We're just also on Blue Sky, the only non-fash social media platform that remains. So great time. The good things are happening. At least we have each other. Speaking of having each other, there's a link to the Discord community if you'd like to join it. It's a great place full of great people. We would love to have you be a part of it if you're so inclined, if that sounds like your thing. No pressure. It's also the best way to know what we have going on and keep up with us and know when new stuff is happening. So yeah, if you want to join that, feel free. But that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight. We talked so much about Magic the Gathering. I think we're going to go ahead and raid Jess the Human, who is doing some Magic the Gathering right now. So come along, say hi, be friendly, and that's going to do it for us here at Live from the Apocalypse. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.